There are two ways to multiply a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number. Okay, so we're going to look at the traditional method for multiplying a 3-digit by a 2-digit number. This follows on from the 2 by 1 digit video I've also done. I'll show you the traditional method first, and then we'll have a look at the Chinese grid method. Okay, now to multiply by 67, we're going to use a little trick. I'm not going to multiply by 67. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into two multiplications. The same way you say it, I'm going to multiply it into multiplication by 7 and multiplication by 60. And we're going to use a little trick to make this multiplication easier. So the first thing we need to do is to multiply this number, each part of it, by 7. So I'm going to do 7 times 4, 7 times 0, 7 times 8. That's all we're going to do first of all. So let's concentrate on doing that bit first. 7 times 4 is 28. I need to carry the 2. Okay, so I'm going to write my 2 just up there. I need to do 7 times 0 now. 7 times 0 is nothing. Don't forget we've got to add the 2. So 0 plus 2 is 2. Next multiplication we have to do is 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. Nothing to add on to it. So I get 56. Now comes the trick. Multiplying by 60. When we multiply by a multiple of 10, we get a 0 in the units column if we're multiplying a whole number, which we are doing. So what we're going to do is when we do this bit, we put a 0 in there straight away. And now we're going to do 6 times that number, 6 times that number, 6 times that number, like we did with the 7. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24. So we put the 4, and again I've got to carry the 2. I'm going to write it down here this time. 6 times 0 is 0, add the 2, I get 2. Now I've got to do 6 times 8, and 6 8s are 48, and I can just about squeeze this in the side of my screen. Okay, just about managed to get that fitted in. Now we add the two numbers together. So we get 8, 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, 5 plus 8 is 13, carry the 1, and we get 5, if I can get it to write in. There we go. 53,868. Now, if we do this the Chinese method, we have to draw a grid. This is a 3-digit multiplication. It's a 3-digit multiplication by a 2. So we have to draw a bigger grid than normal. Ooh, I didn't want to move that. It's just going to have to be this big. Okay, so it's 3. So you draw 3 columns by a 2-digit number, because we've got 804 by 67, 3 by 2. Got to remember to draw my diagonal lines. Right, now we need to fill in each of these little squares. Okay, so in this square we need to do the number above it, which is an 8, and the number to the right, which is a 6. So we can do 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48. Top triangle is where we put the tens, bottom triangle is where we put the units, 48. Okay, so let's fill in the rest. In this triangle we've got 0 times 6. 0 times 6 is nothing. So we get 0 and 0, and in fact for the box below that we'll have 0 times 7. So we'll get nothing as well. In this box we've got 4 above, 6 to the right. So we get 24. In this box we've got 4 above, 7 to the right. So we've got to do 4 times 7, 28. And in this last box we've got 8 at the top, 7 to the right. 7 times 8, 52. 6. Okay, now we've got to add along the diagonals. So this diagonal, add all of these up, add all of these up, add all of these up, and add that up. Remembering, anytime we go over 10, we need to carry into the next diagonal. Let's see what we get when we do that. So, 8, 4 plus 2 plus nothing, 6. 2 plus nothing plus 6 gets us 8. 0 plus 8 plus 5 gets us 13. So we've got to write the 3, carry the 1 into the next column. 4 plus 1, 5. So our answer, 804 times 67 equals 53,868. Let's try another question. Okay, let's try the next one by the traditional method. So in this question, we've got to multiply by 839 by 84. So we're not going to multiply by 84. We're going to split it into something easier that we can do. We're going to multiply by 4, then we're going to multiply by 80. Okay, let's work this one out. So I've got to do 4 times 9, 4 times 3, 4 times 8. 4 9s are 36. Carry my 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Add the 3. 15. Carry the 1 onto the 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Add the 1. 33. Right. Next multiplication. Now we've got to multiply by 80, which sounds tricky, but we know when we multiply by a multiple of 10, we'll get a 0 in the units column. So we get 0. Now we've got to multiply by 8, so 8 times 9, 8 times 3, 8 times 8. 8 9s are 72. Oh, let's change the pen. 72. 72, so I'm going to carry my 7, put it up there. 8 times 3 is 24. Add the 7, 31. So I get 1, and I got to carry the 3. I'm going to write it over there. 8 times 8 is 64. Add the 3, 67. 7, 6. Now all we have to do is add those two numbers together. 0 plus 6, 6. 5 and 2, 7. 1 and 3 is 4. 3 and 7 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 and 6, 7. So 70,476. Okay, let's do the Chinese grid method. So we've got 2 rows because we've got a 2-digit number, and we've got 3 columns because we've got a 3-digit number. Okay, got our diagonal lines going that way. Make sure you do that. Okay, and then this box, got to do 8 times 8. 8 above it, 8 to the right. 8 times 8, 64. Okay, the number 10's go in the top triangle. The next one across, 3 times 8 is 24. 9 times 8, 72. On to the bottom row. So I've got 8 at the top for this box. I've got 8 above, 4 to the right. So I'll do 8 times 4, that's 32. 12. 9 above, 4 to the right, 36. Now, let's make sure we add along the diagonals. Okay, along these. So the first diagonal at the bottom right, we've got 6. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 1 is 12, 13, 14. Right, 14. I only put the 4, I carry the 1 into the next diagonal. Add those, you get 8, 9, 10. So I've got to put a 0 and carry the 1 to the next. 6 plus 1, 7. So 8, 3, 9 times 8, 4 equals 70,476. 70,476. Okay, there's the next question. I've got it, and my answers will appear in just a second. Okay, there you go. There. So that answers that question. Alright, I've got this question. I'll bring the answers up in a second. There you go, there's the answer to that one. Okay, so remember, if you're using the traditional method to split it here, don't forget about the 0 coming in there. And Chinese method, add up your diagonals. Okay, let's try the next question. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions at the top for you to have a go at. Use whatever method you're happiest with. Use your calculator. Check if you got them right.